by my wonderful teaching assistant, Frank, the killer Mastrobano, is Carney. The next team up is Agra F. Okay, otherwise known as F2T. Right? No? Where's my Agra? The next one, urban farming. The next team comes all the way from Lyon, France, and they have great joie de vivre. Our board. Sacre bleu. Inspector Clouseau is going to lead the Q&A, right? All right. And then continuing on the social impact, we have Close the Gap. Close the Gap. Oh, that's you. No, that's you. All right, Close the Gap. Cool. Awesome. Now the last one, the Nobel Prize Committee will be calling any minute. So we're going to have to make sure we get you guys to come up before the Nobel Prize people call, because this is going to change world history. It's wing up. All right, so Frankie, baby, where are you, Frankie? Yeah. So funny. Okay, that's okay. We're done. That's right. We've had that 3 times. All right. So guys, we're going to keep a 5-minute walk. And we'll let you guys ask questions and we'll give you time for 5 minutes. All right, guys.
So, cheers.
All right.
Ready as we're going to be ever. So.
I'll go first. Can you explain more about your business model in terms of where you're selling to? How do you want to make revenue? Like just more of a retail plan?
So yeah, I mean, they are definitely the experts. As far as I've come to understand it in one sentence in English, is essentially there are 2 prospective customer bases, one being institutions, either restaurants or retail shops. You could order in larger quantities directly, or also you could just drop ship directly to the consumer. I think there probably needs to be a little bit more exploration on which one of those is the more viable, addressable market initially. But I think that the user base can be extended to both of them, regardless of which one is chosen first. And I think in terms of pricing models, there's probably 2 different ideas. One of them would be some sort of a freemium model, basically a lower price or free to onboard customers to the platform, and then pricing later on. Also, looking at the surcharge model, so a proportion of sales, a certain percentage would go to the app for money. And then also, one thing that we didn't really touch on in the presentation, as all of these transactions are happening, this is a market where you're disrupting an industry so much as you're cutting out an entire middleman, you're cutting out a distributor. So there's going to be a time where pricing is going to be unsure. So part of the idea is to build into the app the data collection aspect. So all these transactions are occurring at different prices, and eventually you get at the point where you have enough data where a farmer could look up in the app. For example, let's say I have 300 kilos of Angus prime rib about to hit the market in a week once it leaves the slaughterhouse. He can look up and say, all right, so within 50 kilometers of me, how much has Angus prime rib been selling at per kilo? So there's a number of different angles, and data would come in later. But I mean, it's all about that first step, which is just onboarding people to the platform.
This is similar to the Ag Local startup in the U.S. that folded recently. It had Andreessen Horowitz backing. I think you should just probably, this is not a question, you should probably just research the extent and the ways in which they failed or just didn't quite have the capitalization to take off, and what is a very...
You know that number? No? Ag Local? No. No, Ag Local, very similar case, and just folded, so you should understand why they folded. What mistakes did they make that you do not want to repeat? That's the question. And that's what they're trying to do. Any other questions?
So I thought you were less of a marketing person and more about a platform that tracked the process. Did you guarantee that it was artwork that was worth it?
Yeah. I thought you were tracking the provenance of meetings.
We're recording short.